Yes, guys, welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Dharmesh. Pretty sure you guys haven't seen me on this channel before, but yeah, it's my debut sort of show that I'm doing right now. Big up to Alex for letting me do this and stuff. And yeah, sub to the channel if you haven't already. We're currently on 233k subscribers, so we massively appreciate if you subscribe the channel, share the video as well, and also like the video as well. And I just want to touch base on the Joao Felix situation and what's been going on really with his situation at AC Milan, where it's sort of caught a bit of a divide between like, the fan base and the AC Milan fan base regarding Joao Felix. And yeah, let's sort of get straight into it, but let's clear up some of these comments first. It was bear with me as well, guys. My debut show, so the first time ever doing this as well. So just bear with me, please. I'll try and get through most of these comments if I can. Yeah, big up to you, Jordan Evans. Big up, massively appreciate it, bro. Felix is getting frustrated on every team he's been with since he's been dealing with Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. Now Lonely Felix AC Milan, and now he's not happy. He always wants to be number one. Yeah, do you know what, Jordan? I kind of hear that, to be fair. Because he's had issues with Diego Simeone in the past, with sort of his attitude. I guess the style of play didn't really match what Joao Felix wanted. So it's a bit of a difficult one, but we'll get more into it later on. What else have we got here? Big up again, Jordan. I reckon you do a great job for Chelsea and give him some more game time. Do you know what? I agree with the first bit. I don't think he got enough game time with us to start off with, to be honest with you. Under us and under the new manager, especially. And it's just baffling. I keep saying, I've said it on other channels and other spaces, that it's mad how we sort of kept in Kunku, but we've loaned out Joao Felix when we've just only bought Joao Felix in the summer, and I just find that baffling. Get to the Esteval stuff later on. Yes, bro, big up to you, Stephen. Yes, I am Clown Lake out. I almost just caught the protest stuff just because of work and stuff. I couldn't really make the protest stuff, but I caught a bit of it. And big up to all the fans that were there as well for showing up when they had to and stuff. And they sent a clear message to the owners of how they felt. And yeah, I think the way that Clear Lake or Clown Lake have taken us have really sort of, it's un-Chelsea like, and the culture of Chelsea is just not what Clear Lake have sort of set up a plan in terms of where we've sort of begun and where we're at right now, 3-4 years into the project. Hence why, for me, they're the biggest problem within the football club, as well as the two sporting directors that we've hired. And realistically, I mean, the protest always helps and stuff. Like we've seen, I believe as Juventus fans yesterday, they were absolutely raging with anger regarding the stuff going on at their club at the moment. And I don't think it would work over here, to be honest with you. But if there's more protests, then if I can make it, then I'll be down and stuff, and I'm sure fans will be down as well. Yeah, big up to you, Shivendra. Yeah, man. Yeah, so that's the only time I played on the fan country, fam. I normally try and leave games straight away or try and get home quickly. But yeah, big up to Alex for letting me coming on. Yes, my guy. Big up to you, Jerome, man. Hope you're doing well, bro. Made no sense. Loaning out Felix. He's a way better option than Neto and Jackson right now. Maresca becoming a hypey with the system like Amri right now. I don't know about the Neto and I don't know about the Neto and the Jackson positions, to be honest with you, because I think it's slightly different with how Felix plays, to be honest with you. If anything, I'd want sort of Nkunku to sort of go and have Felix as an option to Nkunku, if that makes sense. I think Neto's a completely different player to Joao Felix. I don't think they have different attributes on the ball. I think Joao Felix is more of a magician type player and off your bum seat sort of player, like a Palmer, for example, in terms of profile. And maybe there's qualities of Jackson that Neto that Felix doesn't have, to be honest with you. Like, for example, the hold up play and the link up play that Jackson has. I don't think Joao Felix has that same sort of link up that he has. So I think it's a bit unfair to compare the players, to be honest with you. What are your thoughts on Bowley's statements? And do you know what? It was really interesting to see what he said and his thought process behind it all, regarding of how he's taken the club and how he wants us to become like a multi-model club. And I know he's going to get a lot of hate for this, but at least he's come out and spoken about the way him and Igbali and Clear Lake have tried to take the club, because we've not heard anything from Igbali or anyone from Clear Lake like Wiss as well. So it was really interesting to see his statements and stuff, and it would just be unfortunately one of the situations where we might just have to accept it as Chelsea fans. But I keep saying, well, once we keep maintaining these protests and not put too much money into the pockets of the owners, then nothing will change, unfortunately. Right, let's get on to some of the Joao Felix situation stuff. So let me just share this. Guys, like the video, subscribe as well. Share this as well. Let's get the channel views up. Let me get this up. So this was the sort of reports that were coming out regarding Felix. The current feeling is that AC Milan would not continue with Joao Felix following on from next season. It's not been what they expected. It's really difficult for Milan, not only down to Joao. Let's wait for the new direction, but they can't imagine going to Chelsea paying 40 to 45 million euros. And Fabrizio Romano tweeted that earlier today, I will believe yesterday. So my current thoughts on that, to be honest with you, I just find it strange how we've sort of bought a player for the summer, and we've already loaned him out in January when he could have played like a massive impact into our team, especially with the fixture congestion that we have, and obviously we have the FIFA Club World Cup coming up in 2025 as well. I believe it's June or July, and I can't believe we sort of loaned out a player like that. And it's fair to say that Joao Felix hasn't impressed so far at AC Milan. I believe he scored on his debut or got an assist as well. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat as well. Just let me know if that's correct or not. But he did have some sort of GA the first couple of games, but then ever since then, he's not really performed to the highest of levels. And a lot of AC Milan fans were expecting more, rightly so, with the CV or resume that he sort of had. But he's not really taken the team or taken any games by the scruff of the neck, to be honest with you, to warrant paying that fee that we've reportedly put for 40 to 45 million euros. So it's a bit of a dilemma, as I titled this video to me, because do we lower the asking fee in the summer and sell him for, say, 25 to 35 million, or do we bring it back next season, where obviously we don't know if Maresca will be in charge next season? I'd assume he will be, but it's clear to see that Maresca didn't really want him or didn't really fancy him. So well, what do we sort of do with Joao Felix now? Because we've paid this money for him. He's gone alone. He's not really impressed so far. Get the feeling that the AC Milan manager doesn't really want him or see him in any long-term plans. So what do we sort of do with Joao Felix? It's a really intriguing situation that we have on our cards here. But guys, let me know your thoughts and comments down below as well. What you think of Joao Felix and what you think will sort of happen, and what do you think of him as a player, to be honest with you? Do you think that he would make an impact on our team right now, with the current squad options that we have and the current players that we have? Or do you think that we should just cut our losses regardless and sell him in the summer? Drop your comments below, guys. Let me know. Let me know. Felix next destination is the Saudi league. I don't see that right now, to be honest with you. I don't think that happened right now. Maybe when he's about when he gets to about 35, 40, but then obviously we've seen players like John Duran at that age have gone then done well. So maybe that's his level. We don't know. Let's see what else we got in the comments. Okay, they have to get Osimhen in the summer. Don't be like Arsenal. Sometimes your best form of defense is offense. Yeah, I mean the Osimhen situation, which I'll touch upon this later on, but yeah, this whole relates back to the squad planning that I sort of want to discuss a little bit later on and stuff, and how they've planned this, like for example, this Joao Felix thing where we had to sell Conor Gallagher for, I believe, is it PSR reasons or for other reasons where we had to sell like homegrown players. But then Atletico obviously they really wanted Felix to go, and then he's been with us in the past as well, so that's why we sort of taken him back. So it's obviously a PR move from the club, and it's more of a board signing than a manager signing. But then how many times have we said that about most Chelsea signings this year? What's your opinion on the Rafael Leao transfer rumors to Chelsea? Do you think it will happen this summer, or we don't need a left winger in our team? Yeah, I mean with this one, it's a bit of a difficult situation because Rafael Leao's similar in the sense that the ability is there and the quality is there, but will he suit the Premier League with the stuff off the ball? I don't think so. And obviously, we don't know what's happening with Mudryk. And for me, anyway, Rafael Leao was a better player than Mudryk, but we have missed Mudryk this season, whether people like it or not. I do think we've missed him for a few games, and he might have changed a few games for us. Even just having him as an option, to be honest with you. I personally don't see it happening. Guys, let me know as well in the comments below what you think. If the Rafael transfer will actually happen, I think the fee will be too high as well, and I don't think it's a priority signing that we need to make at the moment. To be honest with you, I don't know what else have we got here. What else have we got here? So yeah, Felix should have stayed in Barca. The PR forced this mess to yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, Andrew, you're 100% right. Big up to you as well. That's how we signed Joao Felix, because before that we never really had a sniff of him, or we were never rumored with him. It was only until we had to sell Conor Gallagher. That's when we were sort of forced and had to buy a player from Atletico. And then, as I said before, how fitting it would be Joao Felix, who's obviously played for us in the past. Big up to you, Stephen. Should have used the Felix transfer fund to buy a striker, but was forced into buying Felix. Yeah, exactly the same as before. The transfer funds, obviously, we used elsewhere in the previous couple of windows and stuff. But yeah, for me, striker's definitely a priority position that we need to fill. With only having Jackson and Giroud as the options are not viable enough, to be honest with you, to warrant a Champions League chasing team, to be honest with you. I just also wanted to touch on a couple other stuff regarding Joao Felix. Is it a case? Let me know in the comments below as well. Is it a case of managers not adapting to his style of play, and is it a case of maybe Joao Felix not having enough game time and being in too many systems to understand where to be on the ball, off the ball, and have players around him that sort of would help him click? Because I've sort of thought about this before. Some of his best performances have come in tactical tweaks or managers. I believe in the game this season against Leicester, he played on the left-hand side, and we slightly tweaked the way we played that game. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but he was playing more of an inside left forward position. Then all our sort of width was coming through Cucurella, who was playing essentially as a natural left back instead of an inverted left back, and that sort of helped him in a way. But do you think he might be suffering from from that possibly. I don't know. But I keep going back to it. I do think there's a player in there. Um, and I do think he's helped us gain some sort of goals and assists whenever he's come on the pitch and stuff. I remember most recently the Bournemouth game. Had it not been for winning that free kick, I don't think we would have got the draw we did against Bournemouth. And I just don't think he's had enough game time under Maresca to sort of warrant to warrant him being banished from the team. It's the player style of play that annoys Maresca. Maybe he's a luxury soft player. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that could be it as well. That could be the reason why Maresca sort of doesn't really fancy him, to be honest with you. And yeah, sorry, just to go back to that comment, he's a luxury soft player. Yeah, that's somewhat true as well, because I think Palmer, we've seen Palmer's kind of that player as well, even though his work rates improved massively as well. But on the board, there's no denying that Palmer's obviously the best footballer we have at the club. But I'll probably say Joao Felix is probably definitely top 3, top 5 like footballers that we have in our sort of squad and club. Obviously, don't take out of context. Obviously, the G&A output hasn't been there for Joao Felix. Obviously, that's not down. That's not sort of down to him being having sort of that game time. But in terms of pure ability, I do think Felix is definitely our top 3 or top 5 for us. And the ability is there. It's just obviously putting it into action, to be honest with you. Yes, big up to you, bro. We'd get rid of the SD and sporting directors, and we'll get our club back. Yeah, and as you said, everyone hit the likes and subscribe as well. Yeah, I 100% agree with this. They're the biggest problem for me at the football club, and nothing will change with them in charge. And you can see some of the transfer embargoes that they've got us into, and the project that we're going for right now. And I don't think it's really helped us. When we make business in the start of the transfer window, we never see or any news about big players. It's always, yeah, no, that's true. That's unfortunately it's unfortunately the route that we've decided. Well, not us as fans decided to go under. The owners and the sporting directors have decided to go under. So, yeah, the whole ownership needs to go. Yeah, I can somewhat agree with that, to be honest with you. There's bits of the football club I like that they've done, but at the same time, it's mostly just negative, to be honest with you. I can't think of many positives to have with their ownership, to be honest with you. They turned our club into a soulless husk. Yeah, they have. Like even just going back to even on match days and stuff, like the atmosphere now just doesn't feel like how it was used to under, say, Jose, Conte, Carlo, Tuchel, Ranieri at times as well. It feels very different this time. It feels very much like Surrey. I don't know if I don't know how many of you guys in the chat obviously go to games and stuff, but the match going fans will probably but they might agree with me. You never know. But it very much reminds me of Surrey, where we loved Surrey at the start, then obviously it went horribly wrong for a little bit. But then even when we're trying to play out from the back and stuff, the impatience that sort of builds within the club and stuff is just has an impact on the players and stuff. So yeah, I always go back to it. It's not the same as it used to be, but obviously it won't stop me from going every week. Right, that's enough talking about Joao Felix. Let's get on to some other Chelsea news / other players doing well, other clubs. So let me just share this with you guys as well. Just bear with me 1 second. Let's find it. No, it's not that one. It's that one there. So Chelsea's board are not targeting high-profile signings this summer in view of trusting the current players at the club. So after an overall solid season, they've decided that they need a backup to push Sanchez, when that was Petrovic last season who displaced Sanchez in the side. At 24, Petrovic has plenty of upside, and now he's a victim of supposed below the mark ball playing, which again is indicative of how poorly we've been run with the coaching choices. The fact that we spent money on him for last season on Pochettino. Now they decide to change manager because they got one wrong, and subsequently Petrovic now seems like he has no future. Yeah, my thoughts on just generally Petrovic. I don't think we should have loaned him out. To be honest with you, he played really well for us. As obviously the tweet says, he displaced Sanchez in the team. I remember as well. It was, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I believe it was the Newcastle Cup game where he had one of his first games for us. So that's where he sort of stamped his authority in the team, when he got through that penalty shootout by saving 2 or 3 penalty shootouts. But yeah, in addition to that, he saved us a lot of points last season. And yes, I think he made a couple of errors, I believe, against Brentford and Sheffield United, but that was to be expected with the bar being so low, to be honest with you. His underlying stats have been good for Strasbourg this season. Strasbourg fans love Petrovic as well. I do think we should have kept him purely for the fact that he seems like a leader at Strasbourg now. He has improved his ball playing ability at the back as well compared to last season. Well, I didn't think it was the worst. I think it was overhated a little bit, his playing out from the back, but I do think he's massively improved on that. And I know it's very simple. I hate using the word shot stopper, but he's a good shot stopper. And he always sort of palm shots differently to how Sanchez and Jorgensen would. Like, we've seen loads of times where Sanchez and Jorgensen would parry a ball straight into the player's path, or they just completely misjudge the flight of the ball. But with Petrovic, his handling's definitely gotten better and improved. And I do think he would have fit Maresca's system, which is such a shame because we've obviously loaned out Andre Santos as well to the same club as well. So it's just disappointing that we've loaned out 2 valuable players that could have maybe helped the squad a little bit. Guys, let me know what your thoughts on Petrovic as well. What you guys think of Petrovic at Strasbourg, and where you see him in the future. I do think we would be in a better position in the table with Petrovic and goal. I'm not saying obviously he's not the definitive answer to all of our problems, because it's clear that that's not the case. But we can see that there's definitely sort of a player in there, and he's only still 24, which is obviously young for a goalkeeper. Goalkeepers go until about 40 years or so. So you'll be interested to see what we do with Petrovic in the summer, and how sort of Strasbourg try and get on this season. I'm not sure. Maybe the chat will know if how many are they still in the are they in any cup competitions at all, or anything like that. But yeah, I just thought it'd be interesting to talk about Petrovic and get your guys' thoughts as well on him. Because it's clear to see that Maresca doesn't really trust Sanchez anymore, and then we've seen a few errors from Jorgensen's side as well, starting to creep in and now, and a lot of fans are like, oh, okay, now we're really, really screwed in that position, because the 2 goalkeepers we got are clearly not good enough to be starting in the team. I do hope Jorgensen just get more of a chance within the team, just purely because Sanchez has got all these chances under Maresca and keeps playing. But I do think Jorgensen is a slight upgrade to Sanchez at the moment. But he definitely needs to take more accountability for some of the errors that he's made for us. Let's get to a few other things in the chat. Yeah, guys, like the video, subscribe as well, please, as well. I'll get onto this. I'll get onto this question later on, Stephen, about top four, top five. That's next on my sort of stuff to talk about. Yeah, Roman stated here, I'm here to win and have fun, and said it's too risky to make money. Everyone feared us back in the day competing for the Premier League back to back. Clearly, Bowley and Barley are just happy to. Oh, the next bit. Yeah, happy to make UCL and Club World Cup, but not win it. Yeah, that's just where we are at the moment. Unfortunately, we're not the same Chelsea as we were before. Unfortunately. Okay, yeah, it was the Newcastle game. Yeah, okay, I thought so. God, I got sharp memory there. No high-profile signings such as top striker, centre-back, and goalkeeper tells that the owners do not care about short-term success and trophies. Yeah, I mean those are the three positions that have been neglected, in my opinion, as well. Of where we can clearly see it's not being strengthened, because if you look at champion sort of winning team, the main spine comes through those three positions, and for me, I don't think we're strong enough in those positions. Like for me, guys, let me know what you think as well about the spine of our team. But for me, the spine is Cucurella number one, Caicedo number two, and for me is Palmer number three. That's it. That's the only sort of spine that we have within our team. And those, obviously, every position on the football pitch is important, but the defining moments, like goal moments, for example, like getting up as a striker, winning the game for us, or saving a goal for us, the difference between 1 point, 3 points, or difference between 0 points, is where the spine needs to be at its strongest, and we obviously don't have that at the moment. With Jackson slash Sanchez and Jorgensen, unfortunately. Let's see what else is in the chat. Oh, nah. We'll never be Tottenham Hotspur, man. Come on, nah, never. We'll never be them. We'll never be them. As an AC Milan spot, I can tell you that has been a failure. Okay, interesting. Anthony, interesting. That you say that. To be fair, it's good to hear a different perspective. Do you think? Okay, this question to Anthony or any AC Milan fans that have joined the chat. Would you buy him for reduced price in the summer? And what sort of is he better playing off the striker for you guys with the current players that you have, or is he better just playing in the free role? Let me know about that. Petrovic is best out of available goalkeepers, and getting him loaned out, and despite good performances last season, indicates lack of project football wise. Yeah, no, I agree with that, Shiv, 100%. It does, to be fair, with the age of the player that we've signed, and the direction that we're going right now as a club. We've definitely failed to what do you call it, make any sense of signing Petrovic, to be honest with you, with the fee that we sort of paid for him as well. It wasn't a lot of money, but then if you're going to loan him out straight after, then yeah, and it's a position that we've neglected, we've failed in. Honestly, since Courtois, we haven't replaced Courtois at all, and it's an ongoing position where we're struggling with. Same as the striker position, where we truly really haven't replaced Diego Costa properly either. As an AC Milan, I could tell you, yeah. Oh no, just read that comment. Right now, not by Felix at all. Okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. A lot of journalists are turning on this sporting director. The sporting director doesn't like it, according to my. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. To be fair, yeah, I feel like they're the biggest problem with the football club, and if you see like fans, even for our channel and stuff, and other fan cams and stuff, they definitely discuss about the sporting directors being a problem, and it's more of a common theme now with the fans, which I agree with as well. I just also wanted to now get into sort of a bit of news that we came that sort of broke, or we found out sort of this morning. So let me get up on my screen again. So ex-Chelsea players and Thomas Tuchel met up. When I saw this photo this morning when I woke up, I was like, oh my god, literally. We used to be so serious back then, and we used to be such a serious club back then. But yeah, there's a couple of sources I've seen actually just before I started streaming that this was for Marina Graviskaya's birthday, her 50th birthday or something like that, and not a UCL reunion link up. But yeah, as you can see in the picture, we've got Tuchel there with Jorginho, we've got Mason Mount there, we've got Trevor Chalobah, Reece James, Chilwell there as well. But yeah, it's whenever I see that, to be honest with you, just makes me feel feel so sad, to be honest with you, of how we literally just man, yeah, it's just so depressing, just looking at that and think of it, of what an amazing club that we used to be, winning the Champions League that season after everyone wrote us off, to be honest with you. And it's nice to see Tuchel happy again, to be honest with you. And obviously he'll be England manager now as well. He'll take charge of his first game coming up soon as well. And yeah, there's not much else to say on that, to be honest with you. And now we'll sort of touch base upon the upcoming sort of fixtures that we have. More Chelsea's in general. Of ex players look happy when they can't look depressed. What's the rugby guy doing? Oh yeah, do you know what? That's so true. That's so true. All of our players, even in training, just don't look happy at all at the moment. Apart from sort of the leaders that we have in our team. Yeah, everyone that leaves Chelsea seems to be happy or be doing well. So unless you're Mountain Habits, then you're doing crap anyway, because who gives a toss about them anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts really on just Chelsea generally. Just Chelsea generally, because obviously it's my first time on the channel and stuff. I want to give my sort of thoughts on the season so far. If I was to rank it out of 10 at the moment, I'd probably say a 6 out of 10 at the moment, just because of where we are at the moment in the table, compared to previous seasons, and we're sat in March and we're still within the shout of making the Champions League places, which has been the which has been the short-term target for us over the past sort of 2 years, which we've sort of failed to do. So for me, we're still in contention, but the reason why I wouldn't go higher than 6 at the moment is purely just based on the fact that we've thrown away the Carabao Cup, we've thrown away the FA Cup as well. In two of the worst performances I've seen of the season, really, to be honest with you, where we came up short against Newcastle away. I went to that, then came up short against Brighton, which I didn't think we were good enough in those sort of games either. But yeah, I wouldn't go any higher than a 6, to be honest with you, in terms of the season overall so far. We did start off the season quite well up until December. I keep saying to people that I've spoken to, for me, it's the Aston Villa game, where it sort of turned horridly for us, where we obviously lost Wesley Fofana to injury, which obviously didn't help. But then a lot of teams started to find out about Maresca as well. Then we sort of get into the Fulham game where we lost as well. That didn't really go too well. And a lot of managers have picked up on what Marco Silva did to us on Boxing Day, and I don't think Maresca's had any answer for that. And what we're now, correct me if I'm wrong again, chat, but are we 3 wins in 11 or something? Still, I believe at the moment, which history shows, obviously, no manager sort of survives that kind of running. But yeah, it's literally just the Conference League or bust for us this season, in terms of it being a reasonable season. For me, if we win the Conference League on top of getting Champions League football, I'll maybe push it to about a 7 out of 10 season. But I can't go any beyond that, just because of how the position we could have been in, and the start of the transfer window, as Stephen mentioned here. Let me get the comment up. Yeah, 4 out of 10 for the horrendous summer transfer window. Now we're struggling with no recognized. Yep, no, I won't disagree with that at all. I mean, the January transfer window is going to be the reason why I don't think we will make Champions League football this season. The chance was there for us to get Champions League with addressing the situation and the injuries that we have in the squad, and um, by rivaling our rivals in a way where Newcastle strengthened as well as Man City strengthened as well. And even Villa, look at Villa, how many players Villa have signed in the January transfer window. They signed Asensio, they signed Rashford, they signed Marlon as well. They have better options than us in terms of depth on the bench, and I think that's probably why we won't get Champions League football. It still won't be a good season for us if we finish Europa League and get Conference League. I don't think anyone will be too pleased with that, to be honest with you. And yeah, just my other overall thoughts. I just think that the mess that we sort of created ourselves and the mess that we're in right now, we expect people to raise the expectations, which is fine. That I'm all for that and stuff. Like, I want Chelsea to be winning titles again, winning Champions Leagues again. But unfortunately, we're just not that club at the moment, and the way that this ownership have taken us, we kind of have to be like an Arsenal, to be honest with you, for now. But then that's where us as fans have to stand up um and fight against this ownership, to be honest with you, because it's not really the case of letting them do what they want. We have to fight as Chelsea fans, not provoking any sort of fighting or violence or anything like that, but um fight with our sort of like expectations of what we want as Chelsea fans. Um, and yeah, it's unacceptable the way that we've been treated as fans and how we're sort of 3-4 years into this project of Clay Lake, and we've seen no progress at all coming within the club. So yeah, that's my general thoughts on Chelsea so far. My general thoughts on Maresca. Guys, let me know as well what you would give a ranking of the season so far. My thoughts on Maresca so far. I think for a second ever job and the first Premier League job, I think he's doing okay. I'm not Maresca out at the moment. The chat might disagree with me, like some of you might be, which is fair enough. Everyone has their own sort of expectations of what they expected from Enzo Maresca. This is his first managerial job in the Premier League, and I think to be within a Champions League race sort of position, I think is quite decent for a first season. And you never know, might end with the trophy, which we can't say the other managers have done for us. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of areas to improve on within the squad, and Maresca's man management as well, and his late subs as well. I think that's one thing as Chelsea fans. Excuse me. Yeah, that's yeah. As I said, yeah, that's one thing where um, us as Chelsea fans want to see Maresca do better is um, see the substitutions made earlier and act on games, be proactive rather than reactive. Um, and we've seen loads of games in the past. Even the crowd getting restless, like, "Oh, Maresca, why aren't you subbing on this player? Why aren't you subbing on that player? We should be doing this. We should be doing that." But it's just not. He's not really acted on um, or reacted on us sort of going like a goal down or chasing a game, for example. He wouldn't take that extra sort of risk which we sort of need um, within the team. So um, yeah, if I was to rank Maresca, maybe I'd probably give him a again maybe a five or a 6 out of 10 to us. Had we still been in this cup competitions, I'd go much higher. Um, but for a first Premier League job and a second ever managerial job, I think he's not doing too bad. To be honest with you, let's get to a few things in the chat. Um, Yeah, big up to you, Andrew. Yeah, dressing room ain't the same after Thiago Silva left. Yeah, I knew this sort of would happen, to be honest with you. But as soon as Silva left, I'm like, we definitely can't replace him. And it's hard to sort of buy that experience off the market right now because there's not many players out there. Our most experienced centre back, I believe, is Tosin, and he's 24 or 26 years old. James, Enzo, Caicedo, Tosin, Bennett are considered leaders by our club. When I can hardly see them that way, as many of them have only been at the club for 2. But yeah, that's just it. You see, like on paper, Reece James is probably our most experienced player that's currently with us right now, unless I've forgotten about someone. Uh, as in starting wise, I'm not going to count Bettinelli because he doesn't really play. But yeah, Reece James is our most experienced player. Chalobah, there you go, Chalobah. Just remember Chalobah as well. They obviously were part of our Champions League winning team as well. So yeah, we have a very talented team with experience, but we need to make a few more signings to be challenging for a title. Yeah, 100%. I keep going back to the spine. The striker position, the goalkeeper position, and the centre back position is crucial for us. 4 out of 10 for the horrendous summer transfer. Now we're struggling with no record. Yeah, that's what I go back to before. If we don't win the conference league and if we don't get top 4, we'll be re-embarrassing for the season. Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. It's a great opportunity for Maresca to win one of the easiest on paper major honor trophy that we can win. And he does have to win it. Simple as. And given the run that we've got as well, we don't face Betis until the final possibly as well. So yeah. What do you think about the owners in the club asking us for patience at near the end of the year 3 without trophies? I don't think they have any right to ask that from us because we want to be an elite club. And we want to taste the sort of success that we had under Roman, and we're not used to going trophyless for countless seasons. We're not Arsenal, so. Maresca before top 4 was target in my Maresca before top 4 was a target in my second season. Maresca now top 4 is a target for this season. Contradicting clearly shows no plan. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of the stuff he has said is very contradicting. You don't know what the target is from his point of view. He sort of said at the start that top 4 is not the aim, but then top 4 is the aim. Then it's not. Then it is again. So yeah, I guess that clearly shows there's no sort of planning, and it kind of just shows that his job might be safe, to be honest with you, for at least another season. As long as we get European football, I can see a situation where Maresca probably does stay on, even if we finish Conference League this season. I mean, a lot of people won't like it and stuff. I won't like it personally as well, because we can't be playing in the Conference League again. We need to be back in the Champions League and back winning trophies and stuff. But I've got a feeling that happens. Yeah, the injuries hasn't helped him, but he's trying to improve us. I kind of disagree with this statement, unfortunately, just because other clubs have had injuries and they've adapted well. And Maresca definitely needs to improve on adapting. So yeah, unfortunately, I disagree with that statement. Maresca is a yes man that flip flops at press conferences. Doesn't matter if the fans want him out or in Clown Lake will just replace it with a yes man. Yeah, that's given the history of the managers that we've sort of gone for, we've obviously gone for Potter, we've gone for Lampard. Not going to count Bruno Salter as that. We've gone for Poch, we've gone for Maresca now. They're all yes men people, and the only non yes men person was obviously Tuchel, and we saw what happened there with him. So he's an improvement from last year, but Chelsea is not learned on the job club. He has not used the players available. Well, yeah, no, exactly. That's the point that I made before about going back to the Felix and Nkunku situation. For me, he's not used Joao Felix enough. And even to some extent, he's not used Nkunku correctly as well. For me, he's always played him on the left or as a striker. He's never bought him on for Palmer, say. Obviously, you're never going to sub Palmer off or you're never going to take him off. But if he is having a bad game, or he's going for a bad patch, then no players non-substitutable, if that makes sense. Like everyone's prone to being taken off, and Akuku should really be playing that position, or Joao Felix should have been. I think he would have he really would have thrived for us. I think as a backup number 10, or coming off the bench and making impacts for us. I think he definitely hasn't utilized the squad enough, in my opinion, anyway. And that segues very nicely, actually, to the last sort of segment. So I'll just get the pictures up on pictures. I'll get the fixtures, shall I say, on screen right now. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe as well, please. Also, let me know how I'm doing as on my first stream. Yeah, definitely let me know how I'm doing on my first stream and stuff. Hopefully you guys want to see me more and stuff. But yeah, let's share this and let's have a look at our fixtures. So we got Copenhagen coming up this Thursday. Then we play Leicester City at home on the Sunday. Then we've got Copenhagen again at home for the return leg. Then we've got Arsenal away. Then we come to an international break where the Premier League will stop for about a week or two for international games. Then we get to Tottenham at home, Brentford away, Ipswich at home, Fulham away, Everton at home, Liverpool at home, Newcastle away, Manchester United at home, and then we get to Forest away. Wow. Okay. How do I dissect this? Simple as it seems, we need to pick up points in as much games as we can and try not to lose any games. I mean, that sounds really silly and really simple, but it's true. But given the run of fixtures that we sort of bottled and the run that we had over the Christmas period where it was favourable for us, we sort of messed up on that. And now we have to make up these points back. Copenhagen away is not going to be easy. They beat Man United last season, I believe, in Europe as well. So it's not going to be an easy game going away. 5:45 kickoff as well. It's just very simple. Get the job done there. Don't concede. Come back with 3 points there. Then we get to an on paper easy game against Leicester City at home. They're second worst team in the league. We should be sweeping through them really easily. And then it looks like they're not they haven't been sacked. They haven't sacked. Sorry. Ruud van Nistelrooy. So it looks like he's going to be managing this game for us, or for them. Sorry, should I say? So that should be 3 points. Then we get to the return leg. So depending on the score there, then we're okay to rotate players, play the likes of Tyreek George, Josh Akiapom as well. Then we get to the big one, which is Arsenal away just before the international break. And Arsenal, I believe, play Manchester United, I think, away at Old Trafford on the Sunday. Say if they do lose at Old Trafford and we sort of pick up maximum points where we can, I believe, if I get the table up, let's get this up. So we'll be on 49 points. So we're not too far off them. And then if we beat them at the Emirates, we're only 2 points off them. So it's just very simple that if Arsenal lose both their next 2 games and we win our next 2 games, there could be a situation where Arsenal all of a sudden get dragged into a dogfight for the Champions League places, which is mad when you think about it. And that Arsenal game is obviously huge, and I believe we have Caicedo, who may be missing the game due to maybe too many yellow cards accumulated by the time. I believe he's one off a 2-game ban or 1-game ban. Chat, let me know if that's correct or not, but he's very close to missing a game or 2 for us if he picks up another yellow, basically. But then after the international break, I mean, wow, it gets tricky after that. Oh, what's happened there? Oh no! Oh no! Don't go back to. Oh, actually, yeah, take me back there. That's when we were a good team. Where am I going? So yeah, there we are. So after the international break, we come to Tottenham at home. I mean, Tottenham at home, we tend to beat Tottenham anyway, but you can't disregard the game itself. I mean, they're starting to pick up a bit of form, but who knows where they'll be by the time we play them. Brentford away is a tough game. I don't think we've beaten them in the league since that Chilwell goal away from home. So it's always a tough place to go, Brentford. They've got one of the best records there. Ipswich should be an easy 3 points. They might be down and gone by then, to be honest with you. That game could obviously be moved depending on their FA Cup progression tonight. I believe the game's going on right now. I'm not sure what the score is. Chat, let me know what the score is as well. Fulham away is tough. They obviously beat Man United last night. They're having a great season as well. That's going to be a tough game. Then we get to Everton at home. They're on the redemption, and they're on sort of an upward curve under Moyes as well. And then we get to our sort of last 3-4 games where we got Liverpool at home. Depending on their Champions League progression, I think they might only have one eye on this game, to be honest with you. But we can't disregard Liverpool and the quality that they have. They're the best team this season. And then we get to Newcastle away. That might be a straight shootout for the places between 4th and 6th. And then we get Man United at home last game of the season, where who knows what state they'll be in. So it'll probably be a bigger game for us to win. It depends on the Europa League progression, actually. If they're in the Europa League final by then, they might have both eyes on that. And then we get to Forest away at the end of the season, where it'll probably just be a straight shootout for Champions League places. So yeah, it's really interesting, to be honest with you, to see where we'll sort of end up as well. There's still a lot of football to be played over the season and stuff, and yeah, anything could happen, really, to be honest with you. Anything can happen. Anything's possible. We've seen the likes of Bournemouth drop points. We've seen Forest drop points. We've seen Man City drop points as well. We've obviously dropped a lot of points as well. So it sounds very simple. We just need to go on a run. That's it. Just go on a run to the end of the season. Then I'm sure that will take us to third and maybe even push for second as well. Depending on Arsenal's Arsenal state at the moment. But yeah, let's get to a few other things. Oh, Ipswich are beating Forest 1-0. Very interesting. Look, the channel is yours now. Not sure what Alex will think of that, but yeah, try to watch it. Everyone hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, definitely do that, please, everyone. Let's hit another milestone. Easy for I'm not sure what that's relating to be honest with you, but yeah. What's Josh? Big up to you, Josh. I think we get about 15 points until the end of the season. Okay, interesting. So what? 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah. So okay. So you think we'll only win 5 games? Wow. Okay. I mean, that's not the most wildest prediction I've heard, to be honest with you, but it wouldn't surprise me given how we've played this the second half of the season and the games that we've got coming up as well. Chelsea, yeah, God, let's hope. If we don't get Champions League next season, I can see half the team leave and play big level. I don't know about that, just because of the contract situation with all of them. But yeah, I'm not sure about that at all. But yeah, everyone, that draws to an end of my first live stream on the channel. Yeah, big up to everyone that watched. Big up to everyone that got involved. Usually I like streams where it's interactive, where I want to get the chat involved as much as I can as well, by asking a lot of questions and stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to Chelsea Fan TV as well. We're currently on 233k subscribers. Let's push that and get some more, and smash the like as well, please. It would mean the world to me if you could do that, please. And yeah, I believe there'll be some content coming out tomorrow, if not later on. And yeah, hopefully get to see me more on the channel, guys. And yeah, have a good rest of the evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you guys are watching from. And yeah, big up to you guys.